Lift up your voice and sing. And when John saw him, John said, "Behold."
Oh, Father, we thank you for bringing us together again. We ask that you be the center of our discussion. Let Jesus be glorified, and whoever will be listening to this message here and after, let them be blessed as well. We give you praise in Jesus' name. Amen. All right. Sorry, don't worry. Hey, Radhe, that was it. Hey, Radhe boy. We say, Nyame nim din tia. Obo ba no sa bo be ma. Ana enese ene fese obebu bi ba no obo bi be ma. No. Oh, your bar, or so bar. If you were born as a woman or a lady, there's a reason. There's a particular specific purpose. That's why you were created a lady. Aside all other things, there is something that, as a lady, you have that a man does not have. Aside the physical purity or the physical appearance, no. A lady, every woman has something a man will never have. God made it so. And likewise, every man also has something a woman will never have. That's why he created them male and female. See? So the moment you are born and you realize that you were born as a man, as a boy, there's a reason why you came as a boy. He could have made you a woman or a lady. But he said, no, be a man. Or no, be a woman. And always understand, say, spirits don't die. Spirits don't die. The flesh will die, but spirits don't die. So, if God is a spirit and he has created us in his image, which is spirit, at any point in time when he needs a particular spirit to come and manifest on the earth, all he needs is to get a container to put that spirit inside to come and do a work. It's like a company and there's a manager, there's a founder or the CEO of a company, and he realized that the company, they have the headquarters is, let's say, in Accra. They have branches in Kumasi, Central, Eastern, and the rest. But they don't have a branch in the north. So they decided to take one of the workers to go and start a branch in the north. So that the purpose of the company, when it started in Accra, the same purpose should be achieved in the north. Akoye say obi ton wachi na wachi no ewo only one area. Na he wants to, like a restaurant, he wants branch in other parts of the country. Him himself or the woman herself may not be in that branch. Maybe on or maybe a branch, headquarters no Accra and Kumasi. And what be north near here. She herself may not be there. But Robert and Kuala ni be alcohol. But the same food, the taste to be the same, the format to be the same, the arrangement to be the same. That is the same principle here. And God knows why when he created us, male or female, he didn't let you become an American. He made you become a Ghanaian. There are a lot of countries in the world. Why did he bring us here to this country? We are in Ghana now. Why did he bring us to Ghana? It's a mystery. See, there are very important questions we should be asking. And I say, what one as a baby now? You just live, eat, drink breast milk, eat, grow, go to school, get degrees, get work, marry, build houses, live in vehicles, go on pension, grow old, have children. Your children also continue the same rubbish you were doing. You die. That is a waste of life. A waste, because you didn't know the reason why you came. The day you understand that this is what I am supposed to do or I must do on this earth, that day is your birthday. That day is your actual birthday. So, one wise man said, we have three most important. Every man or woman must have three of these important days in his or her life. Else, you die as a non-entity. One of the important days in your life is the day you were born. The second most important day in your life is the day you realize why you were born. Why you were born. And the last most important day in your life is how you will leave this earth. The day you will leave this earth. How will you leave the earth? What legacy will you leave behind? How will you be remembered? The kind of things Jesus did, the ancient men, mighty men did. You see books written about them, principles they did. We still remember some because of the things they did. They are dead and gone. Let me pick somebody like these scientists, like Isaac Newton, like Aristotle, Albert Einstein. You see, all these mighty Albert Einstein and these scientists, they are dead and gone. Rutherford, J.J. Thomson, all these guys. But the impact when they were on this earth, what they did is still alive. That's why we still remember them. Do you know that pause? That's night Isaac Newton had, these scientists, these mighty men had, and they wrote down. It's still living. That is why you are being taught in schools. Economics, all those things. They are ideas. They were things people did, but they are dead and gone. Abraham Maslow's theory of need that you study in social studies. That Abraham Maslow, he's not alive. He's dead. Long time. But every first year student in high school who will go to high school and will do social studies will definitely come across Abraham Maslow. Why? He came, he did something, and he left something behind. That's why the Bible said that a great man is the one who leaves inheritance for his generation and generation yet unborn. Say, "Kaso be a bear." And today that's what I'm talking about. We are going to talk. I'm going to talk only about the male gender. So later on, when we meet again, we will talk about the feminine gender. That is when I will need the other guys around. You see, the day you were born is very important. The day you were born, an announcement was made. So anytime you see a baby being born in the hospitals or at home, and the baby starts crying, the first cry of a baby has a meaning. I told you about sound and its meaning. The first cry of a baby is an announcement to the earth that a spirit has been born in the flesh. A spirit being has captured or has been enveloped or put in a container called flesh and has been born to the earth. So let all other spirits around take notice that I am here. It's an announcement. And because you were born, you must have an identity. That's why we give names. Names are very important. Another time we'll talk about names. But briefly, when we talk of names, it's an identity to be able to identify you. Like I'm called David. There are about 800 million people called David. I don't know. But what will make me different from this David, that David, that David, that David is the name. That's why we have surname. We have first name, surname, other name, and the rest. All these names identify us. I hope you get where I'm coming from. So when you are born, like you're talking to me about your brother, that the Lord spoke to me about also. You see, when you are born and you grow, you start growing as a baby. I will also talk to you about parenting as well. It is the responsibility of the parent. You are a spiritual, but you are born in a container which is very young and tender, can easily contract diseases. If not well managed, can easily die. That is where parenting comes in. So it is the responsibility of the parent to make sure that you have clothes, you eat, you have a place to sleep. And then, most importantly, is the responsibility of the parent to help you, direct you to discover your purpose. Parents don't discover purpose for you, but theirs is to make sure that, you are a baby, you are a boy, you are a girl. Let's talk about the boys now. You are a baby boy. So this, I must make sure you eat, you have clothes upon you, you have a place to sleep. I must make sure you go to school. The school education they give you all is to help you discover who you really are, or the assignment God has given you. You see? So education is a means of discovery. In the olden days, in Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob's time, there was no school like formal education. No. You were being taught by your parents. Whatever they've learned, they teach you. So along the line, you discover your purpose, the reason why you were born. That's why it's an error. When I talk about parenting, I'll come again. Say, a parent will give birth immediately. It's a boy. You say that, this one will be a doctor. You see, unless or otherwise, God already spoke to you about the baby you are going to give birth to, and God can do that. Before you gave birth to the boy, maybe you had a dream. You had given birth to a boy. You gave birth to the boy on a particular day, and actually the boy was born on that day. And God told you that, name this one Samuel. Like John the Baptist. You see, John the Baptist, the mother Elizabeth, right? When John was born, right? They named John. It was an angel that announced it to the mother. So when you give birth, call this baby John. So before the baby was even born, the name was given. And the name is an identity. You see? Sometimes before a baby will be born, especially those babies that carry mighty destiny. When I say mighty destinies, those babies that a lot of people will depend on. In fact, that baby would change the course or event of time. The announcement is being made. But the announcement is two announcements are made. One announcement, that's before they were born, God will announce their birth. Or a prophet will announce their birth. Or a spiritual person who is in touch with God through the Spirit of God will announce the birth of that child before even the child is born. You see? And the second announcement is when the baby is born and the baby cries that I am here. All right, now. So, if you are not told by God or by a prophet, that's why I go to check. A prophet will, by the Spirit of God, will locate a woman And we said that you see, you will give birth. But when you give birth, not that the woman hasn't given birth before, but it's like maybe the woman has given birth and is about to give birth again. It could even be a pregnant woman. You give birth to this baby. It will be a girl. Call her name Cecilia. You see, God can do that. I remember I went for a program and I saw a baby, like the Liberian who is here. She's pregnant now. I think she's about 2 months pregnant. I was sitting here the last time she came, just last week. Then she had a problem with the dress she was wearing. It was tightening her, so she was having a problem. She already has 2 children, a boy and a girl, and she's now pregnant with the third one. The Lord opened my eyes and I saw the third one was also a girl. And I said, hey, this baby is a girl. Even she herself, she doesn't know yet. You see, because the sex of a baby is determined whilst the baby is in the womb at a particular stage of the pregnancy. At the early stage, you don't know whether it's a boy or a girl. I don't know whether I get the point. But the early stage, the Lord opened my eye and I saw the sex of the baby. This baby is a girl. I remember I met one man of God and the wife. They were married for about 4 years. They are not giving birth. And during one evening service, I was not preaching. I was not the preacher. My father in the Lord was ministering. Then I came out. When I came out to pick some books from the boot, the car boot, the husband came to join me to help me. The husband's wife came to help me. Later, the husband came. She'll take the books and go and, I will give her the books. She'll go and put it there. She'll come back for more. When she came the second time and I handed her another set of books, immediately my eye opened. My spiritual eye, it opened and I saw she was pregnant. I saw the baby, the future of the baby, the day the baby will be born, and the name of the baby. And I told her, then the husband came. When the husband came and I announced what I saw to the husband, immediately the woman fell under the anointing. Power came upon her. They had not consummated, they had not had sex then, no, but conception took place in the spirit. Why? Because this baby has a very serious, assignment. And because of that, an announcement has to precede the birth of the baby. Intina obi bia or Bible mua na edwuma no be na no edin pa no. Such babies no anasanko for no abofo ne be announce omudin before they are born. John the Baptist is one. Who again? John the Baptist. Samson is one. Jesus is one. Jeremiah is one. Some people, they may not know the announcement, or maybe after they were born, they were not directly ordered. They led their lives any way they want. Along the line, God will now announce. So the announcement, sometimes it will not come before the baby is born. Sometimes even after the baby is born and the baby lacks direction, God will, through a prophet or through a dream or through the spirit realm, find a way to let the baby know, or the child who has now grown know, say, hey, what? And Saki be that also. You meet somebody, the person has no idea he's supposed to be a pastor. Meanwhile, he's working in a bank. He has grown, gone to school, does so many things, and is successful, married, wonderful kids. But he's at the wrong place. Wrong place. Oh, things will go on well with you, but you see such person all the time. The person will feel like, no, I must do something. And when the person gets an opportunity to get closer to what he or she was supposed to do, he does it effortlessly. Like you, for instance, if it had not been God, so this is an announcement too. If it had not been God who opened this opportunity for you to know where He's taking you, you would have lived your life like your forefathers. Oh, you may get money, perhaps maybe build a house, have a car, but you repeat. You see, it's like running a race. And they said that you are supposed to run in, in the sprinters, the 100-meter race, every sprinter or athlete has a particular lane. Lane 1, lane 2 to lane 8. They said you are in lane 4, but you are standing behind lane 7. You can run and be first, but you are disqualified. Because you didn't run in the lane you were supposed to run. That's what's happening to a lot of us. We are supposed to be running a particular race, and that race encapsulates or captures our assignment. But we are doing what? That is why it's very, very important to understand what we are talking about. So look at, and anytime an announcement is made, either before the birth or after the birth, the announcement carries instructions. Look at in when you read Judges chapter 11, a story is told about Samson. Let me read it quickly. I don't know why the Lord has put on my spirit for us to talk about this, but let me read quickly. Okay, open yours. Judges chapter 11. No, 13. Let's go to 13 rather. Judges chapter 13. I think that one will help us. Judges chapter 13. Judges the 13th chapter, verse 1. Joshua, from Joshua you go to Judges. No. So Joshua, then you go to Judges chapter 13. Look at chapter 13. And start reading from verse 1. Yes, in verse 1.
And the son of Israel engaged again in doing what was bad in Jehovah's eyes, so that Jehovah gave them into the hands of the
Philistines
40 years.
Verse 2.
Meanwhile,
there was a certain man in Zorah.
There happened to be a certain man of Zorah.
Yes.
Of the family of the
Danites.
And his name was
Manoah.
And his wife was
barren
and had
no children. Good. 13. No, verse 3. Go.
In time, Jehovah's angel appeared to the woman and said to her, Look now, you are barren and have borne no children, and you will certainly become pregnant and give birth to a son.
Oh, pause there.
As I said to her, I said, never.
Pause. I know. You see what is happening now? You see? Wait. Something will happen to you. You see? And there was a certain man of Zorah, of the family of the Danites, whose name was Manoah. And the name Manoah means rest. You see? That's why I have a study Bible here. Samson's father, his name meant rest, somebody who is resting or who is at peace. And his wife was barren and bare not and had no children. Verse 3. And the angel of the Lord, your version says Jehovah, appeared unto the woman, that's Samson's mother, and said unto her, but mind you, this time his name has not been given him. And the angel of the Lord appeared to the woman and said unto her, Behold, now thou art barren and bearest not, but thou shalt conceive and bear a son. What do we get here? One, before she's still barren. At this time, the angel is speaking to her. She has not given birth before. A barren woman is somebody, a woman who has not given birth before, ever. Barren. But an angel of the Lord came and made an announcement. Say, hey, you woman, people call you barren because you don't have any children. But something is going to happen to you. The Lord is going to change that status of yours. Everybody knows that, oh, you're a womanizer. You watch porno, you are addicted to pornography and masturbation. Everybody knows. People know about it. You're a thief. But something is going to happen to you. God is going to change something about you, so that those who knew you before or who already know you, and hey, this guy is a prostitute, this lady is a prostitute, this guy is a womanizer, this lady is an addict, they will see something different about you. They will see the exact opposite of what they know. This woman was barren. The opposite of barrenness is fruitfulness. When a woman is barren, the opposite of that state is somebody who gives birth. Then we say the person is fruitful. The angel came with an announcement to a barren woman. So all the time, when God wants to change or bring somebody back on track, you bring an announcement. And most of the time, the announcement this time may not come in the form of an angel. You may not see an angel, because if the angel appear to you, you run away. So how will the announcement come? Or what are some of the ways God will announce the change or the shift in the destinies of people onto the right track? One of the major ways is through preaching, messages, through men of God, through servants of God, through prophets. So the angel will not come and stand in front of you like it did to the woman. In those days, angels used to appear and go like that. When the angel came, he came to make an announcement. This time, God may not necessarily send an angel. He may send a man of God to you, like he has sent me to you to talk to you like this. And the angel is coming, you see, when we say angel, the Hebrew word is angelo or angelos. Angelos means a messenger. So simply, an angel is a messenger of God. And every messenger carries a message. Just like every footballer plays football. There's no footballer who sells ice cream. Wrong. Footballer plays football. So an angel is a messenger, and every messenger has a message. So before this baby was born, God sent a messenger to bring a message to the mother that, you see, you are not going to give birth to what this is. He didn't say that you give birth to a girl or you give birth to a daughter. He said we give birth to a son. So messages are very specific. Imagine the angel said you give birth to a son, the woman gave birth to a daughter. That means that messenger carried the wrong information. I've had several experiences. I heard some men of God. One of them was saying that during a prophetic service, a woman was pregnant. She has done a scan and everything to know that she's 9 months pregnant too. Very few days to give birth. All this while, she has even gone to buy the clothes of the baby and everything. And the scan told her that the baby she was carrying was a boy. But when they came to church and the Lord opened the eyes of the prophet, he saw that the baby was a girl. Which one are you going to believe? No. Which one? I'm telling you, because this one, there's a physical evidence. She has done the how do you call it? He has done scan. He has done a lot of lab results, and the results is there. She can even go and bring you the paper. I went to this lab. I did this test. They said the baby is a boy, and you are coming from nowhere to tell me the baby is a girl, and I'm 9 months pregnant. How? Who should I believe? You see, who should I believe? But when you met the prophet said, this is not a boy. This is not fibroid. There's a baby. But every test result is there. Who are you going to believe? Then that is where, you see, the prophetic is very important. Then the man of God made her understand why the baby according to the test result the doctors have done, not that doctors are not doing well, they are doing work, they does their work, they are doing well. According to the test results, the baby is a boy, and the reason why the baby, who is a girl, the machine is telling you is a boy, is because in the spirit they have changed the sex of the baby. Because that woman, I will transpose it to what I'm talking about. That woman at that prophetic service, God knew why she brought her there at that time. The reason is because the baby she's supposed to give birth to, in their family, her great grandmother was an idol worshiper, and she was initiated to worship a particular river goddess. You see, so every year, great grandfather, he was initiated to be. So every year, every male child that will be born in the family has to be initiated. The first male child has to be initiated to be the next in line to be the fetish priest of that river goddess. She just got married, and that was her first baby. You see, that was her first baby, and her first baby, God wanted to cut that demonic linkage or altar or covenant, using her as a point of reference. But she's not prayerful. She doesn't pray. In the rest of the, God said that this one, her first child will not be a boy, because that family, every firstborn who is a boy or a male becomes a fetish priest of that family. You see, so one of his uncles, medical doctor, he left London, came to Ghana, became a fetish priest. You see the point? God took a spirit that was in the feminine form, placed it in this woman's baby, but she was not prayerful. So when it was time for them to determine who the sex of the baby was, the powers in the house came and changed the sex of the baby. They can do it, and it's real. The idea is it's real. The idols or the powers in the house, a family, a father's family and a mother's family, came and connived with the witches, and they changed. Do you know how they did it? She was going to board a trotro and go. She came to visit her family people. When she was going, one of the aunties, who's part of the witch coven, just touched her belly like this, in a form of telling her, oh, take care of yourself. The moment she touched her, the thing was already done in the spirit. The moment she touched her, they changed the baby, the sex of the baby. So the female was arrested in the spirit. That female spirit was arrested, and they made that child a male, so that when she gives birth, automatically that male will be in the stead of the fetish priesthood. Because for a long time they were not giving birth to males. All the women who were there, most of them, the firstborn be female, firstborn will be female, firstborn will be female. And they said, no, not this one, not this one. They made a baby in male. So during this, mind you, there is a paper, a scan result that shows that the baby is a boy. When the pastor finished praying, the prophet finished praying for her, the baby in a womb started. It was a war. It was warfare. She started having contractions, and the angel of the Lord came, took the male, that demonic male, out of the womb, and took the female, brought her back. And when he finished praying for her, he told her that that week she should go and do the scan again. If the scan comes and says it's a boy, he will close down his church. To cut everything short, when the woman went, she did the test. She did it 5 times. It all came female. Meanwhile, the first one was a male. Why? Every baby, every child carries an assignment. Look at this one. He said that you are not going to give birth to a daughter, you're going to give birth to a son. And there's a reason. There's a reason. And anytime such children are born, apart from their sex being announced, their assignment or what they are supposed to do will also be told. At their bofrane babe and be catch up, mamma. Most of the time, those who go to church, or they may not even be church goers, they may even be Muslims from other religion, but God will give a particular baby to that family. He knows why He bringing that baby to. There's a man of God, called Apostle Johnson Suleiman. You know the name Suleiman is an Islamic name, but why is he an apostle? He was born into an Islamic family, a different religion. But when the mother was pregnant, when the mother was also a Muslim, the father also a Muslim. One day, the mother was in the house and a prophet who was passing by came to the house and told the woman that, Hadia, this baby is a boy and he's a prophet. So take very good care of him. And when the woman gave birth, she gave birth to a boy, a prophet. The guy was stubborn. You see, those, if you don't change, if you are born into this planet and you don't discover your assignment early, the devil takes advantage of you, mess up your life, then you are living a bad life and other things. And God sees that, hey, the kind of people who are connected to you, He can't afford to lose you to the devil. He will do everything He can to make sure you come back online. So some of those people, they become big businessmen. Hey, they have money, businesses all over the place. And God said, this one, you're a pastor and having businesses. I'll show you something. So some of them, and not all happenings are from the devil. God allows some of those things. You go bankrupt. Everything you have, you lose it. Till you come to the realization that you need a higher power. Some of them too, you allow certain issues. Remember Job. If God could allow Job to go through one day, Job lost all his children. Job lost all his children one day. That same day, he lost all his businesses. And that same day, he had skin diseases. Few days after, the wife left. But see, God wanted to make a statement. If you don't discover your purpose early, one, you put a lot of people's life at risk. Put a lot of people's life at risk. Look at this scientist called Isaac Newton, who proposed the Newton's law, 3 laws which are being used today. The law of gravity.
You know what that means?
Whose laws? Newton's first law. That states that a body continues to be in a state of rest or uniform motion unless it is acted upon by an external force, and it will take direction it will take the direction of the force. The second law states that the rate of change in momentum is directly proportional to the force applied, and it also takes place in the direction of the force. And the third law says that to every action there is equal and an opposite reaction. These laws, these 3 laws like that, they are the basis by which now airplanes are flying, ships are floating. Through the laws, his laws, another scientist called Archimedes came to propound the Archimedes principle. Why? Somebody allowed himself, through that one guy, the law of physics and so many things are being brought about. Imagine that guy decided not to become a scientist. He became a drunkard. How will planes fly? You see? So, no matter who you are, there's an assignment. You are being brought on this earth. I'm talking about godly assignment now. I'll go to demonic assignment later. So, if you are born a boy, the first question you ask yourself, why are you here? What brought you here? Because not all of us will the angel of God announce our birth. This guy called Samson, verse 4. The angel came with an instruction what the mother should do and the things the mother should not do, because the baby she's going to carry has an assignment, and every assignment has do's and don'ts, pros and cons. What are some of the things? He said, now verse 4, therefore beware, be careful. That means be careful. The angel is speaking to the mother. I pray ye, and do not drink wine nor strong drink, and eat not any unclean thing. Look at the instruction. This one is to the mother, because of the baby you are going to carry and what the baby is coming to do on this planet. If you like eating groundnut, don't eat groundnut again. If you like eating pepper, don't eat pepper again. Don't do this, don't do that. If you like sleeping on white bed sheet, don't sleep on white bed sheet again. Look at some instruction the angel is giving. Not for the, because of what the woman is about to carry, the baby. Don't drink any drink. That means don't drink alcohol, and even non-alcoholic drink. Don't drink Coke, don't drink Fanta, don't drink Sobolo, don't drink anything called drink apart from water. So imagine the woman was selling Sobolo. She has to stop. Or somebody who drinks, she has to stop drinking because of the baby. Number 2, don't eat any unclean thing. In Israel, the things they call unclean, some of the food they call unclean were pigs. They were not eating pig. And some 2 hoofed animals, they were not eating them. Why? Meanwhile, maybe that woman, Samson's mother, that woman, maybe one of her favorite meat was pork meat. But because of the baby, you see, one baby, you are not supposed to do something. Then he went to the next one. He said that, for lo, thou shalt conceive and bear a son. He has repeated it again. And no razor shall come on his head, for the child shall be a Nazarite unto God from the womb, and he shall begin to deliver Israel out of the hand of the Philistines. The announcement, this is the message. The message is that 1, this baby, oh man, you the mother, don't drink, don't eat any unclean thing. But when it comes to the baby, he said that also this baby, the same thing you are not doing, the guy will not also do, your son will also do. Plus also make sure the guy does not visit any barbering salon all the rest of his life. He will not shave his head down. Why? Because the guy will become a Nazarite. And the Nazarite, one of the things that will let you know that this guy is a Nazarite, number 1, is because they have long hair. Long hair. So when you enter Israel and you see those guys with long hair, they are Nazarites. That is why Jesus is called Jesus Christ of Nazareth. The reason because, and those people, they have a covenant with God, and that covenant, one of the physical things or the requirement is that they don't shave their hair. Jesus never shaved his hair. You get the point? Good. Number 2, the child will become a Nazarite from the womb. Nazarites don't drink. They don't eat unclean things. They don't go near dead things. So if you are a Nazarite and your mother dies today, you have to leave the house. You can't go near them. You will not go to a funeral. You can't go near. Your mother will die, they will bury her. Fine. After they bury her, you can go to maybe the funeral grounds where she was buried. Fine. But not the corpse. When they are killing a cow, you shouldn't be standing there. You get the point? That is their covenant. Now, this guy was born into school Samson. The angel came, and the major assignment this guy is coming to do is that he is going to deliver Israel out of the hand of the Philistines. So no matter what this guy will become in life, if he does not deliver Israel out of the Philistines' hands, he has failed. So somebody will be born, and God will say that this guy, I have place upon him the Rapha anointing, the healing touch. This one will become a doctor. I have blessed his hands. Whatever he begins to touch will get healed. He's a medical officer. You say no, because you are a baba, you want him to become a baba. You see where the problem is? So some parenthood is very, very important. Because the father, haven't you heard that? So, for example, the father is a teacher. So automatically he wants the child to become a teacher. It's wrong. The father is a doctor. So by force, the son should go and do science in secondary school. The son should go and do nursing in the university and medicine in the university. Wrong. It is very wrong if that child is not supposed to be a doctor, and because you're a doctor, you are forcing him to be a doctor. Look at Samson. His assignment was simple. No matter what you do, your assignment is clear. You, number one, you are a Nazarite. All your life, you need to focus on the Philistines, because God is going to use you to kill them and destroy them. So what is your assignment? What is your purpose? Why are you here? Why are you doing the course you are doing? That's why those who come to the secondary school, we take them to do counseling. Before they choose their courses, they come with their parents. What did they go? What? You see, some of these kids, like your brother for instance, he plays football. It's a gift. You see, some of these gifts, you don't force yourself. You easily do it. Some people go and learn, and before they can do it. But you don't even learn. You can wake up, and when they give you the ball, hey, people will see that this guy. That's why they say that he is a talented player. There's a difference between talented player and a skillful player. Skill you can learn, but talent you don't learn. It's given. The boy is to become a prophet. Samson was a deliverer. Look at Samuel. Samuel too. When he was born, he was a prophet. Imagine Samuel's mother Hannah said, okay, now I've given birth to Samuel. I'll let him work at the Galamsey. Do you know that through Samuel, Saul became a king? Through Samuel, David became a king. Samuel, and because Samuel was there, nobody was able to fight and defeat the Israelites. Why? He was working in his assignment. The day you start working in your assignment, the reason why you were brought on this earth, that is your birthday. In fact, that day you should celebrate. You should celebrate. So look at the number of people who will die and they will be buried. And when they go to heaven, they will be told, hey, you were supposed to become an architect. Why are you a nurse? You will weep. That's what will make many people will weep. Hey, yo. Hey, ya pasana and can say one over true books by 90 or 100. One throw one cry. You go to heaven and you were told say and I can go for kind of books. No, it's a sound. You never wrote a book. Now can also preach your bars. You are an evangelist. You're supposed to preach in one bars. There is a prophet there. Now can we then say can what done what number back to become a prophet? You didn't preach. You were working in a pure water company. That is why we bring the tears. And also now, it will let all those who are supposed to change, when they get to hell, they will blame you in hell. Wow. One through all these books, and all those who are supposed to read the books and change to, you will meet them in hell. So the guilt and the blame is already a mental torment. So it's very, very important as we grow, we learn these things. You have to watch over the prophecies that has come to your life. Watch over them. That is why as a man, it's not every woman you marry. Two, it's not every school you go, even the school you attend to get education. It is the responsibility of your parents to seek God. That's why every man right? If you're a husband, automatically you become a husband. You are not just a husband because you put food on the table. You are a husband or the father of the house because you can go to God and inquire from God. God, I have 5 children. This is the firstborn. What have you said about him? What will he become? You ask God and he will tell you. He will even show you. You see that he's using milk tin, sardine tin to design and make a car. This guy is an engineer. The Lord will show you. Your daughter, you see the way she's talking, blah 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 blah. She's very, vibrant, moving here up and down. Nah, this one, the way she's young. When somebody wants to beat the youngest in school, she'll go and defend the person. Sometimes they'll even beat her on top, but so long as she stepped in, she's okay. I mean, this one is a lawyer. She's a defender. God will show you. He may not bring an angel, but just the act of the children, he will show you. You see this one, your child, he's very quiet. He likes reading books. Hey, books. He likes learning. This one will then become a scientist, an engineer. You see the way when he will go around the dog, he'll be the cat, he'll be just playing with the cat. This guy, the way this my child is quiet. Even when she shares that I'm not well, I'm sick, the way you come and lie by me, beside me, put the hand on my head. Daddy, are you okay? Mommy, are you okay? Have you drank your medicine? This is a medical doctor. Oh, that is a nurse. That child, you don't force her to do catering. You have destroyed the life. So look at the number of children who are in the secondary schools whose lives have been destroyed because of lack of guidance. And not only from the children, no, the parent didn't ask God. So if the child didn't go to a church service and the prophet was not sensitive enough, you see, to know, say, no, this guy, you are not what work do you do? You see, there's asking question. What work do you do? Oh, I work in a bank. Wow. Do you know that you're a pastor? Most of the time when you say some of these things, they just look at you. Why? The flesh has taken dominion. The spirit that was supposed to make him a pastor is dead. The mind has been calibrated into the banking world. Then until prophetic or God used prophecy to change them and bring them back online, Charlie, they will become bankers till they die. And when they get to heaven, God will not tell them, hey, you were supposed to be a pastor. This girl who died, God Wendy Shay, this artist who died, you were supposed to have preached to that girl. Now she's burning in hell. You are going to join her. So you are talking about purpose here. You are a man. There's a reason why you were born a man. There's a reason. Why do you think you can easily talk? As for you there, ladies that guys will take months to talk to, you can just use one day and they will agree. Why? God has given you a certain anointing that you can easily convince women. There's a reason why he gave you that. Not to easily talk to the women so that you can go and sleep with them. No, there's a reason. You will become one of the mightiest, perhaps God has made you one of the mightiest counselors ever. You can counsel presidents' wives. Problems that husbands will find it difficult to talk to their wives about, when they bring you into the scene, you can cool them down. You can calm them. God again, and you decided that as for you are not going to talk to them to change, but rather talk to them to use, to abuse, and you sleep with them because you can easily talk to, and it's an anointing which can easily corrupt. When you die, all those ladies you slept with, there are some other people's wives, so they will accuse. God will tell you, hey, do you know that lady you slept with was supposed to have been the first lady of this country? This one was supposed to have been the wife of this prophet, but you destroyed her by sleeping with her. And because you slept with her, the way she gave her heart to you, you were supposed to have trained her to give that heart to the husband, but you rather destroyed her. Because of you, she never trusted any man. And she's in hell now. Go and join her. Do you know the number of evangelists who are supposed to have preached in the secondary schools and the junior high schools and the universities, who are now in UK, London, US, chilling? When they get to heaven, God tell you, see that guy over there who is drinking tramol, who is smoking weed and cigarette over there. That guy is a prophet. You were supposed to have blown the trumpet, and you would have heard one message from you would have changed that guy. But you ran to UK, and the guy died as a madman. Go enjoy him. He's in hell. Go enjoy him. So the day you discover who you are, the who you are is not just your name. The who you are is the assignment. So everybody must find a way of asking God. If you don't know who you are, ask God, God, why am I here? Why did you bring me here? At any point, if you don't ask that question, you make a mistake. Lord, why did you bring me here? Okay, fine. Lord, why is it that all the schools I chose, I didn't get, but you are bringing me to this school? Lord, upon all the jobs in this world, why did you let me choose this company? There should be a reason. Meanwhile, God took you to that bank only because He wants you to speak to the bank manager, who is a prophet, who is working in the bank. So you can be in the bank for 5 years, and your assignment is only one. Find a way. You maybe through one corporate gathering or meeting, get together, something. Because of your hard work, the manager will like you. That is your period. That is your cue to be able to go and talk to that man about Jesus and let him change. You didn't, because you were giving 8,000 a month, 7,000 a month. You were also chilling. So everything you do, ask questions. Why am I buying this shirt at this time? Ask questions. Oh, you've gotten some money. Why are you going to invest this money into this thing? Ask God. That is purpose. That is purpose. Any man who lacks purpose is like a chaff or a sheet of paper which is being blown away by the wind. Anywhere the wind will blow it to go. You come to schools, students who don't know who they are or why they are studying that course. Anything, they will jump into it. Any party, they will go. They don't restrict themselves, because if you know the purpose and the assignment you have, you obey the rules. There's a rule governing every assignment. No two assignments are the same. You can have the similar assignment, but the rules are different. You can be called as an evangelist, but your rule will be stricter than the evangelist who's just preaching on the street. Maybe your evangelism is with the prostitutes. And because of that, there is a way you must live your life. You will be restricted. That evangelist who preaches by the roadside, he can do certain things one can decide to ignore. But you do the same thing, he will punish you. What is your assignment? Look at now, you've started preaching to students, your colleagues. Why is it that these same people before, they will not even listen to you? You know that before, they will not even get the attention that they were giving you. Why is that all of a sudden your mother is listening to you, your friend is listening to you, your sister who is troubled or your uncle is listening to you? God is shaping you. A trumpet is sounding, calling you back to line, calling you back into alignment, back on track. If you don't listen and the trumpet blows and blows and it gets finished, it stops blowing, there wouldn't be any change again. This is purpose. Else you will go and meet God. That's why you see that time, when you stand before God, you can't say anything. No. He will ask you a question, but you can't answer. God will ask you a question, but there's no way you can answer. because your conscience will answer for you and will show you how stupid you have become. What a fool you have become to listen to the devil and not God. How many times God, you see, this message I'm preaching to you is also for me. I always tell you that any message which is from God, the first point of reference is the preacher or the messenger. You get it? Imagine I'm sending you to give a very clean bed sheet or white sheet or cloth to someone. Do you think if your hands is dirty, I'll give you that white sheet? No. Because if I give it to you, definitely by the time it gets to the person who's supposed to receive it, you have marred it, you have made it dirty. You get it? But if it's a dirty cloth, I don't care. Take it. The messenger must be clean so that the message must have an effect on the messenger before it gets to the receiver. We all will give an account to tell it. That's how dangerous this thing is. We will all appear before the judgment seat of Christ. But you see, that day, there's no question God will ask you that you can answer. You will see it clear when you were giving the lady doggy, missionary, and other styles. And God will tell you, see, the lady you were sleeping with, that is the husband. Because of you, she didn't meet the husband. That is the husband standing over there. That prophet, that businessman, that doctor over there, that was the wife. Because she didn't meet the husband to marry her. The husband married a wrong person, and that's why he couldn't finish his medical course. Because of you. And you know that doctor too was supposed to have helped this woman deliver the next president. Because of you. What to plenty. Because you can wind your waist. That sex you're womanizing has cost another man the wife. That lie you told, that you are gone free, scot free, has cost somebody the lie. Because of the lie you told, the mother never trusted the guy again. You went to visit the guy, you stole the watch, the father's watch. They actually said you are not the one, so they blamed him. Because of you, maybe they blamed that gate man, they blamed that guy, the house boy, the house help. Meanwhile, the house help too has family. He has left. He's the only one in the entire family who has gotten a job in Kumasi or in town. The small money they pay him, he brings it home to the family. Because of that small lie, you lied and you left. You didn't see that thing. You said the thing. They never trusted the guy. They sacked the guy, and because they sacked him, that old woman was supposed to buy some medicine. The mother was sick, was supposed to get money to buy medicine. Because of your lie, she couldn't buy the medicine. The woman died. How can you answer that question? How will you answer? No, tell me how you will be able to answer the question. You can't. So when you go and stand before that great monarch, ancient monarch who never dies, you can't. What answer? Lord, I didn't know. When you were squatting for the guy to sleep with you, you didn't know. Did he force you? No. When the guy was sawing a mia in your breast, when the guy, you saw the way he was talking to you, you knew that this guy wants to sleep with you. But you forgot that your husband was that day weeping. We will weep. That is why we need to discover purpose now. You are a young lady. Why are you born? Ask yourself that question. Why are you doing that course? Or why do you want to offer that course in the university? Ask yourself questions. Until you discover who you are. And who you are is not the dress you wear. Or it's not the company you are in now. Or it's not the school you are attending now. It's your assignment. Why were you brought on this planet? Give God one reason why he should make you wake up tomorrow. Give him one reason. Sometimes the reason why he makes us wake up the next day is because he still have hope. He still has hope that we will one day discover our purpose. So he has not given up on you. But most of us are still wallowing in oblivion, wallowing in our sinful ways, never even wanting to hear the sound of the trumpet, putting wax in our ears. Any messengers who preach, you hear them on radio, on TV. Now you are even angry with men of God. Meanwhile, they are sounding a trumpet, calling you to come back. Or say that you go, you come. Sometimes you have a dream, you see yourself in a dream, you see stars, you see yourself doing something very different. You wake up, you don't understand. It's a trumpet. He's calling you, come back. Or say that. Or say that. It's an announcement. They are calling you. You see, the devil is pulling you on one side. God is also sounding a trumpet to pull you on the other side. Or say that. Because if you leave that girl, your friends will laugh at you. Meanwhile, that is not your wife. Oh, the day you see that girl, that's something. When we go before God in that day, and you see the woman you are supposed to have married. The one standing beside you, see that this one, and the things you could have done with that woman, the kind of life you'd have touched, the kind of orphanages you would have built. No, at Tupenti, you will never meet that woman. Discover purpose. Why are you here? Ask questions. And those questions, no human being will answer it for you. Only God will answer. Because all the time, the Creator has an alarm, has a vibration. When He sounds, the creation must listen. So God is sounding a vibration. He's sounding an alarm. He's blowing a trumpet through these messages. He's calling you, come back. The question you are asking, He has the answers. Come. And let Him give you the answers. It's the easiest way. It is the shortcut to all your troubles. Shortcut to stopping all the problems you're going through. Come back to me. He said, come to me, all ye labor and are heavy laden, and I'll give you rest. He said, come to me, let's reason together. I will tell you great and mighty things that you have never heard before. Come, let's come. Do you know that God can tell you when you should marry, the age you should marry, the house you should go and stay in, the area you should build that house, the number of children you should have. Do you know some people, they are supposed to have had 2 children, but they have 5. God will still allow it, but you're supposed to have 2 children. You didn't ask Him. You have 5. That's why the pressure is on you. Meanwhile, if you had listened to the trumpet that was sounding, you'd have known that, oh, I must give birth to only 2. He will not stop the other 3 from coming. No. He will allow you to have them, but He will put pressure on you because you are supposed to have 2. Praise the Lord. So discover purpose. Purpose. This message is powerful. When I pray, a lot of people will have access to it and will share and will listen to it. So Samson was supposed to deliver Israel from the hands of the Philistines. Look at what Samson did. Started chasing women. Somebody was supposed to deliver Israel out of the hands of the Philistines. What did he do? He chased women. Verse 24, and the woman bare a son and called his name Samson. And the child grew, and the Lord blessed him. Look at somebody, and what this? And 25, and the Spirit of the Lord began to move him at times in the camp of Dan between Zorah and Eshtaol. Because he's supposed to work and defend Israel in that assignment against the Philistines. God will also put His Spirit upon him. Anything, the moment you start working in your assignment, you don't struggle. God, everything you do, even if there's challenge, you break through. That's how it works. But if you are not working in your assignment, struggle, challenge, you yourself, you understand what challenge is. But what is verse 14? Somebody who's supposed to deliver Israel out of the hands of the Philistines. Look at what he did. 14 verse 1. And Samson went down to Timnath and Timnath. Timnath was below Zorah, about 3 miles. You see, and he saw a woman in Timnath of the daughters of the Philistines. What's this? Somebody who you are supposed to defend the Israelites from the Philistines. Mind you, all this while Israel was in bondage. They were under captivity, in servitude to the Philistines, and God has heard their cry. They were weeping. And God said, you know what? I will bring the deliverer among you. I will go to a barren woman. Let her give birth to a deliverer. So God took the spirit of the deliverer and pushed it into the womb of a barren woman. And the one woman who never gave birth, the first child was the son, was a deliverer. But this deliverer, who is supposed, look at the struggle the mother went through. She doesn't eat what she wants to eat. She doesn't drink what she could have drunk because of you. Look at what happened. You that the Spirit of God should be upon. The first he said, and Samson went down to Timnath. Anytime you don't walk in your divine purpose, you go down. Samson went down to Timnath. You never go up. Because you are walking in your own will and your lustful desires, you will never go up. You always go down. So when he went down to Timnath, he saw a woman. And this woman was the daughter of a Philistine. Verse 2. And when he saw the woman, look at what Samson did. Let me unloosen this thing and I can be free. What did verse 2 say? And he said, he came up and told his father and mother, and he said, I have seen a woman in Timnath of the daughters of the Philistines. Now, therefore, get her for me to marry, for my wife. Get her for me to wife. I go correct there. This guy is like, he's not correct. You are not supposed, people are supposed to care. People are supposed to destroy. You went to Timnath because it's not in God's will. You went down to Timnath. When you went there, you saw a woman, a lady there, nice lady, who is a Philistine, and you had the audacity, came back to your father and mother. Do you know what your mother went through before you could get you the clothes you are wearing? Some of us, we don't think the very thing that will destroy us, that is what we want. Do you know what it took? For 9 months, I didn't eat the food I wanted to eat. I couldn't drink the drink I wanted to drink. Because of it, I discomfited myself to get to here. This is how you pay me. Why? Are there not girls in Israel? Are there not ladies there? You don't want the ladies in church. You want those in the club. Go. Go. He went, and when he came back, he told the mother and father that, please, I have seen a woman in Timnath. She's a Philistine. Go and get her for me. I want to marry her. Look at what the father said. And his father and his mother said unto him, is there never a woman among the daughters of thy brethren, or among all my people, that thou goest to take a wife of the uncircumcised Philistines? They're asking you a question. Even if you want to marry, good. Even if you want to enjoy yourself, don't we have women in your zone who are Israelites? At least they understand the principles of God. They even understand that there's somebody called God. There's a monarch, an entity called God, Yahweh. No. No focus. You want big breasts, big buttons, and a lot of them are in Philistine. That's what they want. Because maybe the Israelites, they have flat buttons and flat breasts, so you don't like. Look at the answer Samson gave you. Even after the parents showed their concern, look at the answer Samson gave. And Samson said unto his father, get her for me, for she pleaseth me well. If after your father has shown concern, why do you need these people? Marry. Or don't you see any lady in Israel you like? He said, go and get that Philistine woman for me. Why? Because she pleases me. Do you know the number of times God has been warning people about the girls they are working with or the guys they are working with? In this context, let me talk about the guys. God has warned you about the lady you are working with. That is a demon. That is not the one you are supposed to work with. Or this lady you are supposed to help, not sleep with. She came to you having a problem, and God knew you can, through the counsel or the things you've gone through, you can help her. After helping her, let her go. Nyame akoko, nyame mana na area. So you have advised her, and some will stand under the ambience or the umbrella of my daughter. This is my spiritual daughter. Oh, this girl. Oh, as for Florence, she's my spiritual daughter. As for Gifty, she's my spiritual daughter. They will say spiritual daughter, spiritual daughter. A daughter, have you seen a daughter sleeping with her father before? And you calling somebody your spiritual daughter, you end up in bed with the person. Samson didn't listen to their parents. He decided to sway from his purpose. The day you lose purpose, you do things you're not supposed to do. You eat what you're not supposed to eat. The reason why a lot of people are sick, I'm telling you, the reason why a lot of people are having different sickness is because they are eating something they're not supposed to eat. And they don't know they are not supposed to eat that thing. Why? Because they are not working in their assignment. So, very soon I'll bring this message to an end. You have to understand, to cut everything short, Samson, because of wrong women, wrong taste for women, instead of he delivering the Israelite, he became a slave instead. Something you are supposed to have mastery over will master you. So that you, who are supposed to have been an ambassador, somebody who defend the plight of women who are struggling, you are rather sleeping with them. Different types and shapes. One day you go to heaven, and the ancient monarch, the mighty man of Zion, will ask you one question. You can't answer that question too. All the women you have slept with, they will come and stand before you. And you call their husbands to come and stand by them. You see that one of them, the lady standing there, the husband was supposed to have become a lecturer or an engineer. He's a drunkard. The one who was supposed to have become a civil servant, he's a womanizer. The one wrong. Why? Because they didn't marry the right women. The reason why they didn't marry the right women, because they are women they were supposed to marry. You, because you have big penis, big, strong, bold, strong and bold. You can sleep with every woman. You have slept and defiled all of them. Why? You lack purpose. Satan changed your purpose. God is saying, go and take this thing. If you're able to hold it and take it, I will use that thing that you take to help you throw light in the darkness that is over there. And the devil said, this one, this bulb, this torch, it doesn't shine well. Somebody use this cry. You give you other examples. Somebody use this torch, the battery ran down. Come, let me give you another torch. And very true, he will also show you his torch, shining brighter far. Meanwhile, this was the right one you're supposed to use. Maybe God's torch, it doesn't go far for now, because he wants you to learn as you go along. But Satan will, his torch, when the moment you put it on, it will go far. And that is what you also want. You want a shortcut. He will give it to you. And later you realize that Satan's torch, the battery doesn't last. The time you need that thing to shine, it will not shine. That is when God's touched you, it is rather shining brighter. So discover your purpose. That is your birthday. Your birthday should not be only 6 July 1999. It should rather be the day you knew that John, Rhoda, Mary, I was born to do this. This is what I was born to do. That is your birthday. That day you start counting, you lived. Don't die and leave this earth without leaving a mark here. Some people, the mark they'll leave here. Oh, that guy, David, the womanizer. David, the drunkard. That's the mark they left. But may it never be told of you. They say, David, Cecilia, Mary, Asamoah. May it be said, once upon a time there was a young guy who came to this school, who came to that village. It was because of you we started this church. He was obedient. That will become an epistle. It will become a writing, an indelible mark in Zion. God will hear and they will clap for you. When you get to heaven, people will start clapping for you. Why? Because when you came to this earth, you did something. And the earth remembers. The earth never forgets. The earth always remembers what to do. The earth never forgets. You can do it today and die. That is why the things our forefathers did, the earth still remembers. It is chasing after the children.
And when John saw him,
discover your purpose. Don't follow the demise or the examples of the forefathers, the wrong examples. God is blowing a trumpet. Come. Let me help you discover your purpose and walk in it. That is when you become a mighty man. Do you know that somebody is only one song you are supposed to sing? One song. And that song will live and outlive you. Years to come after you die, your song, the song that you sing will still be sung on the earth. Do you know that there are certain songs that we are singing now? Those who sang the song, they are dead though. They are gone. But we still remember. Like Charles Wesley. Most of Charles Wesley's songs. Charles Wesley is dead and gone. But we are still singing some of the hymns here. Why? The earth never forgets. Whatever you do, good or bad, the earth will remember. So choose purpose and let the Lord lead you and guide you. Let us pray. When we pray, I want to pray for anyone who listens to this message, including yourself, that God will help us, and myself inclusive, to discover purpose. And those of us who are also working in purpose, God will help us to walk diligently. It's not easy. To discover is one part. To walk is also another challenge. So God should help us. Let us pray. Father, I thank you for your word that has come unto us. You've talked to us about purpose and the necessity and the urgency to walk in our purpose in this age and this time to come. I pray for every ear that will hear this message under the sound of my voice. Let the Holy Ghost arrest their hearts and their minds. Anyone who has been held captive by the devil and is walking in the wrong path, as we blow this trumpet through this message, let them be arrested by the vibrations of your spirit, and may they begin to walk in the path which you have caused them to walk in. Those who are also walking in their path, I pray for the spirit of grace to come upon them, that they will walk diligently, not giving up, because the days are evil. I give you praise and I thank you for speaking to us. In Jesus' mighty name we pray. Amen. God bless you.